we will be dealing with algebra tiles. Now, algebra tiles, these are manipulatives used to enhance student understanding of subject traditionally taught at symbolic level. It will provide access to symbol manipulation for students with weak number sense, and it will provide geometric interpretation of symbol manipulation. It also gives support to cooperative learning, improve discourse in classroom by giving students objects to think with and talk about. When I listen, I hear. When I see, I remember. When I do, I understand. So this will be the guiding principle behind the usage of algebra tiles. Now, algebra tiles can be used to model operations involving integers, just like the colored counters we have last time. So we will start first with how do I use algebra tiles, like for example, with the operations of integers, which is totally connected, same format with what we had last meeting. So let's let the small yellow square represent positive 1, and then the small red square is the negative 1. So the yellow and the red square are additive inverses of each other, meaning we are given a zero pair there. So a zero pair, called zero pairs because they are additive inverses of each other. So when we put together, they cancel each other out to model 0. Just like what happened here. That's an example of a zero pair. That will be 0. Same thing with this one. This is an example of a zero pair, and that is 0. So addition of integers. Addition can be viewed as combining. So we have here, combining involves the forming and removing of all 0 pairs. For each of the given examples, use algebra tiles to model the addition process. And then draw pictorial diagrams which show the modeling. So we have here an example. We had this one last time, but I used colored counters. This time I'll be using algebra tiles for this. So I'll be having positive 3 plus positive 1. That's how you model positive 3 plus positive 1. Same thing with negative 2 plus negative 1. So right away, the students can tell you the answer. Tulo ka book o upat ka book yellow, so positive 4. Okay. Tulo ka book red, so negative 3. Addition of integers. So for a while. Okay. This one, we have positive 3 plus negative 1. Then you have there positive 4 plus negative 4. So the first example, na may linear pair, or 0 pair rather, tangtangon to na tong 0 pair. So you're left with 2 yellows, that's positive 2. The same thing with the second example, removing the 0 pairs, so you'll be getting 0 for that. So after students have seen many examples for addition, have them formulate the rules. Same thing with subtraction. So take note, we have this concept of taking away with subtraction. So we have here examples. I need to take away positive 2 from positive 5. I have here positive 5. I'll take away positive 2. Same thing with this one. I started with negative 4, and I'm going to take away negative 3. So you have the answers now. The same process as this. I'll be adding, I cannot take away -5 because I don't have red squares there. So I'll be adding 0 pairs. How many 0 pairs will I add? I'll be adding 5 0 pairs. Para na ako'y -5, 5 kabuok red, nga akong i-take away. So taking away -5 there, the result is 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 ka yellow, which means positive 8. The same concept over the next one. I have here -4. I'm going to take away positive 1. I don't have a yellow square here. So I'll be putting a 0 pair. So I have now one yellow box. Taking away the positive 1 there, I am left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red squares. So I'll be having -5 for that. Same thing with this one. I have positive 3. Yeah, i-take away na ko ang -3, but I don't have red squares. So I'll be adding tulo ka buok 0 pairs. Yeah, i-take away na ko ang -3. I'll be having the answer there. So after students have seen many examples about subtraction, let them formulate rules for integer subtraction. Integer multiplication. So I have also used this. I presented this one also last time. So let's go to the examples right away. So we started with positive 2, two groups of positive 3. So I have here positive 3. I'll be having two groups ana niya. So this means duha ka grupo sa positive 3. So the answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ka yellow squares. That will give us positive 6. The same thing with this one. 3 groups of -4. So I'll be having -4. That's upat ka buok red squares. And 3 groups. So that will be the answer now. -12. If I'm gonna be having like a negative nga answer, di ba, ang buhaton nako is 2 groups of positive 3 first. So I'll have positive 3, 2 groups na siya. Then, get the opposite. Mahimo siyang red. The same concept with this. I'll start with 3 groups of -1. This is 3 groups of -1. Then negative man na, get the opposite. So, after students have seen many examples, let them formulate rules for integer multiplication. Have students practice applying rules abstractly with larger integers. Division. So, just like multiplication, it relies on the concept of a counter. Katong lesson before. So, take note, this time, I will be modeling it this way. So I have here positive 6. I'll divide it into 2. So meaning I'll be having 3 groups there, or 2 groups there of 3. So the answer there is 3. Same thing with this example over here. Kani siya. So I have -8. I'm gonna divide it by 2. So the answer is 1, 2, 3, 4. A negative divisor is the same as the opposite. So meaning, I'm going to have positive 10 there, then dividing it by 2, then take the opposite. Now, in this one, ayaw sa mughatag og dagko nga numbers because we are simply letting the students discover the rule. You stick with small numbers lang nga dili kaayo daghan nga squares or counters ang gamiton sa mga students. Okay. The same thing with that. Then take the opposite. Okay, we can also use algebra tiles in solving equations. So take note, algebra tiles can be used to explain and justify the equation solving process. The development of the equation solving model is based on 2 ideas. Variables can be isolated by using 0 pairs. Equations are unchanged if equivalent amounts are added on each side of the equation. So use the green rectangle as x and the red rectangle, the flip side, as negative x. The opposite of x. So I'll be having, if I'm gonna be modeling this one, x plus 2. So mo ni siya ang red rectangle, x man ni 1x. So I'll be having green rectangle, sorry. Positive man, so green ang color. Then I have here positive 2, yellow square. Positive 3, yellow square, tulo ka buok. So how do I eliminate this one? So I'll be adding 2 red squares here and 2 red squares para na ako'y 0 pair. So, tangtangon na siya. The answer is x is equal to 1. So this will be the answer for this equation. This one. So I want to remove first this rectangle over here. So I'll be adding a red rectangle. Then, linear 0 pair na matangtang saya. Then after which, I'm gonna eliminate this one because dapat ang naadiri ang rectangle, on the other side the squares. So I will be adding 3 red squares for both sides. Then eliminating this one, wala man ni 0 pair, so kinira ang naimawagtang. The answer is x is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, negative 8. So this answers the problem now. Okay? Now, distributive property is the same concept. So if I have 3 times x plus 2, I have x plus 2, then 3 groups of x plus 2. So I have now 1, 2, 3x, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 6. So this is 3x plus 6. Okay? Modeling polynomials. Algebra tiles can be used to model expressions, aid in simplifying expressions, add, subtract, multiply, divide, or factor. So our focus here, akong focus ani ang factoring. But I'll be showing you the other things, okay? Now let the blue square represent x squared. And the large red square that is the negative x squared. Let the red rectangle represent x. And no, the green rectangle rather, x. The red rectangle is negative x. The yellow square, the small yellow squares represent 1. And the small red square, the negative 1. So represent each of the given expressions with algebra tiles. Draw a pictorial diagram of the process. Write the symbolic expression. Example, x plus 4. So I'll be having 1 rectangle, green rectangle. Then I'll be having 4 yellow squares. So dapat before introducing factoring using algebra tiles, dapat makabalo ang estudyante how to create expressions using the algebra tiles. So this is the symbolic, this is the representation of x plus 4 using algebra tiles. Same thing with this. I'll be having 2x plus 3. So 2x, mo ni siya 2x, mo ni plus 3. Same thing with this. 4x, negative 2 man na. So I'll be having red, duha ka buok. Now, let's use algebra tiles to simplify each of the following expressions. So I have here an example. I will be starting with this one, 2x plus 4, x plus 2. So what will be the answer for this item over here? Who can give me the answer for this expression? Yes, go on. Go on. Ronald?
3x plus 6, sir.
3x plus 6. Why, Ronald, using the concept of algebra tiles? Explain.
Sir?
Kindly explain using the concept of algebra tiles.
Sir, so we already represent the color green as x. So if we add that three rectangle greens, that is equal to 3x.
Okay?
And the yellow tiles also represent as the positive, since we have four no, four yellow positive numbers and also two yellow positive numbers. So we add that one, we can conclude that it's equal to 6, sir.
Okay, that's totally right. What about the next example? So 3x, I'll be having unsa nga color sa rectangle? Ang negative 3x, red. Is that right? Is this negative 3x plus 1?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And then I have here x plus 3. Now, natay 0 pairs. Makakam up
Yes, sir.
na ay 0 pair, di ba? Iparis ni nako ang red rectangle o ang green rectangle, that's a 0 pair. So matangtang na ang usa ka 0 pair ana niya. So what will be the answer of our expression using algebra tiles?
Negative 2x plus 4.
Negative 2x plus 4. Okay? So, di ba mas ma-visualize sa mga bata if I'll be using this concept? Then after which, after presenting many examples, o inyo di ang ipa-discover sa students unsa di ay rule sa adding of mga expressions using algebra tiles. Now, how do I multiply polynomials? So this is now multiplication. So x plus 2. How do I represent x plus 2?
Two rectangle green, sir, then yellow positive number.
Pila ka buok rectangle?
Isa, sir.
Isa ka buok rectangle nga green and then the duha ka buok yellow squares. Is this correct? Is this x plus 2?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What about x plus 3? What about x plus 3?
One green rectangle and
Okay.
Small square.
1 green rectangle and 3 yellow squares. Unya, ato din ning ipakita ang rectangle ug ang rectangle will create a blue square. Okay? Pwede ra sad na green. But I'll be using blue there. Positive ug positive man na, I'll be having a square for that. A big blue square. Now, next. Ang kini siya o kini will create tulo ka buok green. Kay positive manig positive, so kini siya maibutang nako diri nga part. The same thing with this one. Kini siya o kini ma-combine, I'll be having duha ka buok nga green rectangles. And then, if I'll be having the intersection of a yellow and a yellow, I'll be having yellow as well. Yellow and yellow, yellow and yellow, 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 and yellow. So our answer here is simply x squared 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5x 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 6. So this is now using algebra tiles. We can multiply x plus 2 and x plus 3. Let's have more examples. X minus 1 and x plus 4. I will represent x minus 1 as x nya red ang pares green rectangle. For x, negative 1, a small square nga red. X plus 4, green rectangle, and upat ka buok yellow squares. So starting off with a green and a green, that will give us a rectangle. When I combine a rectangle and a rectangle, it will give me a square, a big square, a blue square. Sunod, kini siya o kini, I'll be having green there. Nya kini siya a green and a red. Unsa may result basta i-combine ang green o red?
Negative.
Oh, negative. So meaning unsay color sa rectangle ako ibutang? Red rectangle. Okay. So I have now a red rectangle, a red square o yellow square. Unsay ibutang nako diri class?
Red, sir,
Okay. So take note, gamiton to nato ang concept before. So I'll be having unsa may answer ani class?
X squared plus 3x minus 4.
X squared. Nganong na 3x man ang inyong answer sa x? Very good. Kay naaman ko'y zero pair diri. Kuning zero pair, ako ning tangtangon. Ang nahibilin, 1, 2, 3. So 3x ni siya. Plus 4, which is right. Okay? So that is how we give or we present multiplication of polynomials. Kana, gitangtang na ako ang isa ka zero pair. Now, algebra tiles can be used to factor polynomials. So this will be the focus now. This will be the focus. Let's use algebra tiles to use this one. Okay? So let's do factoring. I want to factor 3x plus 3. Now, how do I represent 3x plus 3? Pila ka buok rectangles ang 3x? Tulo. I'll be having tulo ka buok. What about 3? How do I represent 3?
3 yellow square.
3 yellow squares. Now, ato ning balihon ang process ganiha gaun na ta diri gakuha tas combination. What am I gonna put over here kung tan-aw nini mo unsay mapurma nako diri class? Is it a rectangle or a yellow square?
Yellow square.
Yellow square. Here yellow square. Here yellow square. Going up, kini unsay mapurma nako diri?
Rectangle.
Unsay color sa rectangle?
Green.
Green. The same thing, kini unsay mapurma nako diri going up?
Yellow, sir.
As yellow. Okay, there you go. Nadara ako ang tulo ka buok because if mo go ko horizontally, ang ma-form ani nga shape is yellow squares. If I'll go up vertically, ang ma-form man ako sa babaw is that. So ang answer nako is 1, 2, 3, 3 parenthesis. How do you write this as an expression?
X.
X plus 1. So 3 parenthesis x plus 1. O man factored form ana niya. Now, what if you are given quadratic trinomials like this? So pila ka buok x squared. Unsay color aning x squared?
Blue, sir.
Blue. So usa ka blue. Now, ang color aning 6x? Green. Unom. So, ang unom, ako sa ibutang diri ang unom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Sir, nganong wala nimo gitulo-tulo diri, sir? So, let me present to you. Ay, let me show you para maklaro ni nako. Para dito malibog ani. Let me show you the whole screen first. Entire screen. For a while, class, for a while, class. Do you see the algebra tiles right now on your screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you see the application I'm using?
Yes, sir.
So, sa x squared, I'll be having 1. Na ako'y green. Pila ka buk green, unom. To, kana siya. Anyway, we can rotate this. Okay? And then, I have positive 8. Ang positive 8 is yellow. So, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ang atom ang goal ani class is to make a closed figure. So I'm gonna start with this. Sir, what if sir akong ibutang diri ang tulo? Tulo. Human sir, let me rotate this as atong rotate dara. Butang nako diri sir, rotate. Butang na ko diri, sir. Then, rotate. Then, place all of these over here. There. Dira. 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 Sa katarong na tagbutang. Now, what have you noticed? What have you...
Space, wala na answer na
Yes,
side.
sir, na ay usa ka space. So, meaning, dili di ani siyang answer. Mao nang ako ning i-rotate, ibalhin ako diri speakers, nya kini sila ako ibalhin diri, o, na gamit tanan. So, dapat, kung unsay given ako, gamiton jud siya tanan. Walay dapat manubra or walay dapat kuwang. And, this is now, let's go back to my presentation. So, I can now represent that by kini siya going horizontally this is a green rectangle, horizontally a yellow square, vertically going up. So, we have here a green rectangle and I have here 4 yellow squares. So, how do I write this as an expression? Kenny, how do I write this as an expression?
X plus 2, sir.
X plus 2. Ang kinis babaw.
X plus 4.
O, maunay factors na ako. X plus 2, X plus 4. I'm gonna give you another example. X minus 5 plus 6. Let's make use of this one. Let me first tidy. Pila ka buok, isa ka blue. How many, usa ni siya nga color? Negative 5x. Red.
Red.
5 ka buok. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ay, sorry. Nag-green na ako. 5. And how many kining positive 6? Unsa man ni gamiton ani class?
Square.
Squares. Yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, let us now arrange this. So, starting off here, atong suwayan. Magbutang ta diri. Magbutang sa ta diri. Yeah, I'm gonna put something atong i-rotate over here. Then, let's rotate this over here. And this one over here. Yeah, yellow kay red o red will give us positive nga yellow. Same colors gani mo maning technique atong introduce. Basta same colors gani sila, it will give you a yellow color. So there you go. So saktura ang atuang nahimo nga figure. So meaning I have here a blue, then I have here tulo duha sa ubos, then I have the 6 nga yellow square. So what's the answer over here? Unsa maibutang nako diri nga color? This side. Horizontally green ug duha ka red. Ang diri nga side
Red ay green sir.
green sad o red.
Then,
Okay, so what's the answer here?
X minus 2, then X minus 3.
Okay, x minus 2, x minus 3. Right? Okay, let's have another one. Kini siya. Pila ka buok gamiton nako nga blue.
Isa sir.
O sa lang. Now next, usa ka red no ato be ato ni gamitan sa Algebra Tiles nga application. Let's have tidy. So I have here isa ka blue, isa ka red, then unum ani sir. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now let's focus over here. So if I'm gonna be placing this here, nya kini siya dire. Sir, unsa man nimo pagbutang ang kuan sir? So unsa may buhaton na kuan ni bika mo kuno? Ato sa ning iplastada. Iplastada sa nato kuno. Ako ning ibutang. Let me place this over here. Place this over here. What do you think man ang buhaton nato dari class?
Vertically ang
Vertically. Kini diri siya. Then unsay
sir. Kanang answer ba ang kanang
Yes.
ang red pair sa vertically siya
vertically siya. Pwede man magbali-bali class. Pwede na ko i-vertical, pwede na ko horizontal. Sige, I'm gonna show you sa horizontal. So your classmate said, "Sir, ako ning i-vertical, i-flip not flip but rotate." Okay, there you go. And then your classmate said, "Sir, 1, 2, isa. Ato lang ng i-flip. Ha? Okay, there you go. Okay. So, unsa may buhaton na ako diri, magbutang taog 0 pairs. Okay, kung magbutang og 0 pair, look at this one. I'm gonna be putting 1, 0 pair. Look at what will happen. Magpuno ko diri magbutang. I'm gonna put another one over here and one over here. Di ba wala ray na usab sa ako ang given kay 0 pair man akong gibutang? Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir.
So, mao ni siya buhato nato kung magkuwang gani ang ato ang mga rectangles dire, di magbutang tag 0 pair. Mao nay nahitabo sa solution ani niya. I'll be having 1 and I have 3 there. 6. Nya nagbutang tag usa ka pair and another pair. Sir, nganong dili green imong gibutang dire? Nganong ang green dire? Kay na naman kay red dire. So dapat all throughout the same nang a color dira ibutang. Ang other color diri nga side. So the answer here is what? Dire unsay color ibutang kay blue man ni dapat green o green. Basta blue. Over here, unsa may ibutang nako diri nga color?
Red, sir.
Red. Over here is red. Here is yellow. Magdepende man gud ni siya kini may akong basihan class. Kini may akong basihan. Kay kung mag-red ko diri, nya mag-red pug ko diri, red o red is yellow man ang output. So dapat ang usaan ni is red, ang usa yellow. Now, if you're gonna think red, so red ako ibutang din ha. Kining green o green, this is yellow. Based on our examples ganing ha. Sa para multiply na ko ana, that's negative, negative, negative. So what will be the answer now?
X plus 2.
X minus 3.
That's totally
X
right.
minus 3.
X plus 2 and X minus 3. So this is how you make use of algebra tiles in your classes. Ayaw diretsog hatag sa rules. So if naghatag na kagdaghan kay nga examples ani, then that would be the proper time nga you let your students make the rules. Is our discussion this afternoon clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go over your activities lang. Okay? There are a lot of examples here. Just read the examples I gave sa inyong CM course material. So, you already know how to go about this, Kenisha. Use Algebra Tiles for this. Yeah, I would like you to explore the number 3. I would like you to explore how to go about what if naan na ni. So, pila ni kabuok blue nga squares nga gamito na ko ani class. Duha na ka blue. Okay? So, duha na ka blue squares ang gamiton ani. Okay? So, i-discover lang ni ang number 3. It's just a matter of placing all of them. Ma-close ninyo ang figure. If ever di ma-close, then you put mga 0 pairs. This is for letter B sa creating or critical thinking. Sorry. Ang creating part is ang algebra tiles. Kamoy maghimo og inyuhang example. Create just one example of factoring. Just one example. You make use of glue or paste if you are using if you're a BDO, katong gihatag nga algebra tiles kini siya, you can color this if ganahan mo nga virtual, walay problema. Katong mga links, mga virtual, i-search lang na algebra tiles. It will give you a lot of applications. Mao ni akong gigamit karon, mao ra ni akong i-screenshot, then mao ni akong i-send ni Sir Tigle. Simple as that.